Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Samantha. Thank you so much for joining me. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a wonderful ginger, clove, and cinnamon hair butter. So this butter is amazing because it can help to promote hair growth. It can also help to seal in moisture. So it doesn't add moisture, but it seals in the moisture and therefore can help to soften really coarse hair. And it also helps to prevent split ends, and it can help to soothe a dry, irritated scalp because you can use it as a scalp emollient. So our first ingredient is going to be shea butter. I love using shea butter in my hair butters because it gives a nice, rich, creamier texture. And shea butter also has really good benefits for both the scalp and also for the hair. It's got lots of vitamins in it, and it can help to promote growth. And it also acts as a scalp emollient. So if you've got a really dry scalp, this is something that's going to help to soothe an irritated scalp. And it also helps to soften the hair. So if your hair is really coarse, shea butter can really help to overcome that. You can use other butters like mango butter or even cocoa butter, but I prefer shea butter because it gives a nice soft texture. And then we're going to be using that clove, ginger, and cinnamon hair growth oil that we made recently because of all the benefits. If you want to watch the video for that, I've put a link in the description box. And then to give it an even creamier texture, and also to help seal in moisture, we're going to be adding glycerin because glycerin is a really good humectant. If you don't like glycerin in your hair, then you can leave it out, but I like to use it in my hair butters. So we're going to melt the shea butter. So I've put a bowl over a pot of hot water, and I'm adding a quarter cup of shea butter. So I know it may seem like a small amount, but just watch and you'll see how much we end up with. And then I'm adding a quarter cup of the hair growth oil that we made recently, and then I'm going to mix everything whilst I'm melting the shea butter so that the oils and the melted shea butter mix really well. Once all the shea butter has melted and we've mixed everything well, we're going to cool things down. So I like to cover it with cling film because that ensures that no moisture is going to get into the butter. But you can just use a tea towel if you want to. So we now need to cool everything down before we whisk it and solidify it. But it's much better to actually quicken this process. So I've put some cold water into the pot because I want to cool down the butter. This makes sure that your butter is not grainy, and it makes it even smoother and creamier. But if you want to speed things up, then you can use ice to chill the water. So you can either put ice cubes into the pot, or you could use these reusable ice packs. So I've just put them in the freezer, and then once it's frozen, I just take it out and then put it under the bowl because that will help to chill the water even quicker. The reason is I don't want to put any hot things into the fridge or freezer because that could ruin your fridge. So you want to cool things down quickly before you put it in the fridge. And then once it has cooled down completely, then I put it into the fridge and then allow it to solidify. So you can put it in the fridge or the freezer. I just put mine in the fridge for a few minutes and then it's solidified. And now it's time to finish up the process, and I'm going to add the glycerin. So I'm just adding 1.5 tablespoons of the glycerin. You can add 2 if you want to, but 1.5 is more than enough for this amount of butter that we're making. And then I'm using my electric whisk to whisk everything into this beautiful creamy hair butter. So I whisked this for about 10 minutes, and this is the consistency that I'm left with. So as you can see, it's still on the solid side, but if you want, you can actually make it creamier. So you can add a bit more oil. So I added just a tablespoon of oil. That's grapeseed oil if you're curious as to what I added. And then I whisked it again. So the trick to making your hair butter softer and creamier is to, one, add a little bit of more oil, and two, to double whisk it. You can even whisk it 3 times. So you whisk it, leave it to solidify, and then whisk it again. That way it's not going to become hard, which I know tends to happen with some of the butters, particularly in cold weather. So as you can see, it's even creamier, and this is going to be the texture that we're going to be left with much more. It may solidify a little bit more, but it's not going to become hard as it was originally. So look at that. It is beautiful, it is creamy, and it's going to be much easier to apply to your hair. And if you want to apply it to scalp again, it'll be much easier. So that's me done. I'm just going to put this into my container that I'm going to keep it in, and that's pretty much it. So our butter is beautiful. And remember, I told you that I know a quarter cup of shea butter looks like a tiny amount, but once you've mixed it with the oil and you've whipped it, it pretty much doubles up in size. So this is actually going to last me quite a while, because I don't like coat my hair in butter. I just use a small amount at a time to use it as an emollient. So this is not going to go bad anytime soon, because there's no moisture in here. So it will keep for at least 12 months. And you don't need to keep it in the fridge. You can just leave it at room temperature. It'll be absolutely fine. So here we are. Here is our gorgeous hair butter. It looks beautiful. It's got the slightly golden brown color because of the cinnamon and the clove. And I just wanted to show you just how far a quarter cup of shea butter will go. Once we've mixed it with the oils and whipped it, it pretty much doubles, or even 2.5 times the amount. So I just wanted to show you just how far it will go. So you don't need to add a cup or whatever, unless you're making a big batch, for yourself or for a big family, or you're making some for friends or family, or if you intend to sell your butters, otherwise I make small batches, and that's more than enough. And look at how beautiful it is, that consistency, that texture, rich, creamy, and just absolutely delightful. And I'll also tell you that it smells absolutely gorgeous. So the clove and the cinnamon really come through, and it just smells beautiful. Now, I know many of you, if not most of you, will be familiar with the terms LCO or LOC methods, but just in case there are people who are not familiar with them, these are just methods of adding moisture to the hair and then sealing in the moisture. So with the LCO, which I'm going to demonstrate here, you start off with a liquid. I'm just testing out a leave-in conditioner that's in liquid form, but you can use plain water mixed with a little bit of glycerin, or you can actually use one of the herbal teas or herbal growth sprays that we've used on this channel. That's what's going to add the moisture, because they are water-based. And then we're going to add a cream. So this is a leave-in conditioner that I've been using for a while, which I love, and I'll put a link to the review in the description box so you can watch it. So the cream is what's going to condition your hair, and I'm just really working it into my hair, because that's what my hair needs. It needs me to work it into the hair, otherwise it'll just sit on my hair. And then you follow this up with an oil. So the oil is not adding moisture, the oil is going to seal in the moisture. So a butter, in my opinion, is just a solid oil, and we added some oil to this butter. So this is my oil in the LCO method. So again, I'm just going to work that butter into my hair. As you saw, when I rubbed it between my hands, it just melted almost instantly. And now I'm working it into the hair, making sure that each of my strands are coated in this beautiful oil, and that is how you're going to seal in the moisture that we added, and that will help to keep the hair moisturized and also to keep it nice and soft. And you can see my hair was shrinking there because I added moisture, but that's normal, that's natural. I love to see the shrinkage. It means that the hair is healthy, and my hair just needs a little bit extra time of working the product into the hair, but as you can see, it has been absorbed and it is wonderful. It is loving it. So this is one way to use this hair butter, and your hair will love it. It'll be amazing. But you can also use this butter in a different way. So if your hair is really, really dry and needs some TLC, what you can do is just take a tablespoon of this butter and melt it, and then mix it into your deep conditioner. That way it'll add some nourishment and it'll help to soften your hair. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy that. If you make this butter, please do come back and let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'm sure others would love to hear it too. So before I go, thank you so much to everybody who subscribed and everybody engaging. I really appreciate your love and support. If you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe, and also please give the video a thumbs up and also sign up for notifications. So I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and God bless. Bye for now.